Good morning, everyone. President Archie Tolentino, Vice President Chito Jacinto, Deputy Director Maricris Salud, and of course, thank you, Wella, for that very, very nice introduction of me. Pasensya na po kayo. This is actually my first time to be speaking in front of the cybersecurity experts in the Philippines. No? So, medyo kinakabahan ako ng konti because, baka ako ma-cyber attack. That joke lang. So, anyway, I really feel honored to be speaking before you. And at first, I was hesitant to really accept this engagement. But because Chito Jacinto is a friend here, so pinagbiran ko. No? Because we don't normally talk about information security because it's supposed to be a top secret in terms of, the clearing facility. But nevertheless, thank you, ISOG, for having me. It's a pleasure to impart PCHC's role in strengthening automation of clearing facility in the banking industry. And I hope that with this presentation that I'm sharing today, you'll be able to pick up something that you could probably use as a template or probably use as reference in your own respective organizations. Okay, so for those who may not be familiar with PCHC, PCHC is actually a neutral third-party service provider. Now, we're one of the trusted service provider in the country, being a designated operator of payment system of checks, PESONet, and of course the PDDTS. No, so we facilitate the clearing facility, amongst banks. No, so for example, if you have deposited a check or did a transaction, most likely that transaction is, or deposited in bank, that transaction has passed our clearing facility. We actually have a wide range of services. This includes the KICS, as mentioned by Maricris a while ago. This is the check image clearing system, and this is the exchange of checks amongst banks. Okay, and then of course we have PESONet, which is really gaining fast, traction because we're really increasing volume, particularly for disbursements. If you have if you know somebody who is receiving pension, so SSS actually disburses their pension through the PCHC PESONet. We also have the Philippine Domestic Dollar Transfer System, or the PDDTS. So under PDDTS, we actually have 4 modules. We have the PDDTS real-time gross settlement. Okay, these are fund transfers between banks in dollars. We also have the PDDS end of day, which is a batch end of day. And we also have this PDDS cross-border transactions. And lastly, the payment versus payment. These are actually dollar trading between and amongst banks. Okay? And of course, we also have the PAS6, which is actually a gateway for payments of duties and taxes for the Bureau of Customs. And lastly, this is our latest baby, the PCHC PayGate. And actually today we have about 6 or 7 participating banks here, but definitely this is something that the banks can really look forward into in participation. Okay, of course, our mission is to really provide the industry a cost-effective and safe and reliable electronic exchange facility. Of course, this is we also help the regulators promote stability and efficiency in the payments ecosystem. And of course, our unique mission is, of course, to protect the industry from fraud. Okay, so I suppose everyone would agree with me that fraud can have a devastating impact on the industry, especially your reputation as a bank or as a financial institution. And of course, it could lead to legal action, in case you are subjected to fraud, and of course, financial losses. And of course, we protect our stakeholders from theft, because right now, or these days, common ang online theft, diba? So that's why we should really work hard to prevent this from happening. And finally, hacking, with all the phishing, smishing, and other hacking of customer accounts like social engineering. We need to be on the tight watch, not only to help our stakeholders, but most importantly, our customers. Okay? It's a truly unique mission that is already embedded in the PCHC's DNA. All right? So hence, as an ongoing concern, PCHC continuously, performs its effort to protect the integrity of our financial ecosystem. Of course, to give you an idea of the magnitude and threats against the bank industry, PCHC alone has received 90 million security events per month. So you could just imagine, this is just PCHC, what more are the banks, all right? So we could not underscore that's how important it is to protect against these threats. So a breach of insecurity in PCHC security will, of course, disrupt operations for our more than 100 participating banks and financial institutions. And of course, it could also compromise sensitive data because PCHC processes transactions that have customer data that could be compromised in the event of a breach. Thus, ultimately, a breach in PCHC security could particularly erode, customers' trust, not only for the PCHC, but also for the customers and, of course, the entire financial ecosystem. So that PCHC believes that a robust security framework is necessary to establish trust and prevent penetration of our systems and services. So that, given this critical nature of our operation, PCHC has a three-fold goal, and that's one, to protect the clearing facility. We need to protect the clearing facility as this is paramount. We need to proactively look at our security posture. We need to do this frequently and effectively. And of course, thwart cybersecurity attacks. Of course, in protecting the clearing facility, we need to thwart cybersecurity attacks which can come from threat actors from anywhere in the world and with varying degrees of sophistication. Kasi alam niyo naman, 'di ba, ngayon talagang iba-iba yung style ng how to defraud people. And of course, to uphold the resilience of the financial industry. We do this because we are at the cornerstone of the financial industry, and PCHC plays a role in its resilience. All right, so PCHC has over the years established a cybersecurity framework which progressively developed over time, and it's part of several iterations. So we have cybersecurity initiatives. We started with discrete and contained cybersecurity initiatives as our quick wins and help us better understand our security posture. Eventually, we had addressed enough quick wins. We have prepared and we are now ready to put up an architecture that is the collectivization of one's individual efforts to improve our security. And of course, evolving further is our cybersecurity program, which takes a deep dive in security processes, tools, and controls. And of course, we don't stop there. PCHC fosters a culture of continuous development to ensure that we are at the top of our game in terms of cybersecurity. All right, so let me now share our cybersecurity framework by talking about the first iteration of cybersecurity initiatives in the Philippine Clearinghouse. So we did a cybersecurity assessment with a view of candidly looking at PCHC security posture. And in this assessment, we covered people, process, and technologies, all important pillars of information security. And to take even more an insightful look at our infrastructure, we commission periodic vulnerability and penetration testings as a means of further ensuring the integrity of our systems. All right, next is after our quick wins, we started our next iteration with the view of looking at the bigger picture. And this iteration forms part of our cybersecurity architecture. Okay, so this one, those two important quick wins, it helped jumpstart the organization's view towards security, allowing us to begin developing our cybersecurity architecture. So we started with Managed Security Operations Center, or SOC. Now, the Managed SOC plays a very important role in monitoring our infrastructure, such as application and infrastructure's health and its performance, actions and recorded activities of privileged accounts within our infrastructure, And of course, accounts and workloads to check for malicious activity. In addition to manage SOC, we also brought on board a data forensic and incident response service. This service provides PCHC with data forensic experts that are on standby 24/7, able to be activated at a moment's notice. This service will ensure that PCHC will have the support it needs during a major security incident. Of course, we don't like this to happen, and we hope it will never happen, okay? And we talk about security posture a lot during this presentation, so it's only natural that we obtain a cloud security posture management service, okay? And CSPM, or the Cloud Security Posture Management, identifies and remediates risk by automating visibility, uninterrupted monitoring, threat detection, and remediation workflows. This service also audits the activities of privileged accounts like IT configuration activities. And of course, PCHC uses this service to ensure that we're always aware of our security posture, particularly as we make changes. So the CSPM ensures that system and network configuration made by IT administrators are in accordance with industry standards. Next is, as we mature our cybersecurity framework, we embark on cybersecurity defense program with a view of improving our controls, processes, and tools better. So as our cybersecurity framework matures, we embark on cybersecurity defense program with the view of improving our controls, processes, and tools better. So we started by enhancing our network access controls. So we implemented network segregation, effectively turning our network into its own protected bubble to avoid compromising our network as a whole. We also developed a virtual private channel and firewall policies to strengthen our VPN and firewall security. We also disabled unused service ports. We avoid exposing network infrastructure, particularly those that have no legitimate use or purpose in our operations. And we also whitelisted remote clients' public IP addresses as applicable. For our most critical infrastructure, we hardened our networks. So this is the network hardening, and established a whitelist permitted for remote clients. We established also encryption controls as part of our enhancement. We ensure that data at rest is encrypted. And in addition, all communications to and from services or to and from PCHC services are end-to-end encrypted. All right? So of course, as we strengthen our security, the security of our infrastructure, it is essential that we secure our users as well. And for this, we implemented enhancement to end users access control by, number one, enforcing a strong password policy across all PCHC systems. We also implemented a multi-factor authentication for access to our system. And then we then approach our internal security, and because we believe that people are the most important opportunity in security, and to turn our people into allies and champions of information security, PCHC enhanced its information security awareness drive by sponsoring trainings and seminars for our employees. And I have here my ISO, always issues bulletins, ISO bulletins for employees regularly, at least twice a week, via email that covers latest threats in cyberspace, the do's and don'ts while working online or in the office premises, and updates on IS policies and implementing guidelines. Now, as we look to the future, PCHC believes that information security is an ever-growing landscape, and we promote continuous development of our cybersecurity framework so that PCHC will always be able to complete its mission for the banking public. Okay? And part of our efforts in this continuous development is to implement advanced threat detection and response. This would enable better monitoring of network traffic, identify anomalies, empower PCHC to swiftly respond to security incidents, and collaboration with experts, no, such as ISOG, and of course the BSP and the BAP, and of course obtain best-in-class strategies. All right. And part of this initiative is PCHC is leveraging tools that incorporate machine learning technologies. No? So that's part of our initiative. And we will also be improving our security awareness and training. We'll conduct this training more regularly and with themes covering awareness campaigns, data privacy and protection. All of this we do to strengthen our security posture. Yeah, so we have regular training, we have awareness campaign, we're aware of data privacy, and then of course strengthening our security posture. We will also be engaging proactive incident response and recovery. We do this to minimize the impact of security incidents to ensure swift recovery of compromised events. No? So we'll start by developing incident response plans so that we will know what to do in the event of an incident. We will also perform regular exercises, no? Hindi lang yung exercise na gano'n, but exercise on security or to reinforce our personal's knowledge and capabilities. We do this to establish readiness, our readiness when such incidents occur. And of course, important thing is to test the communication channels, no? Because sometimes you are prepared, but the person that's supposed to be responsible offline pala, no? Or cannot be reached, no? So we test that, no? And then, of course, all right, so today we walk you through some of the things that PCHC has done, no? Consistent with its central role of in the country's financial infrastructure. And I will conclude my talk because I'm only given 10 minutes, no? I will conclude my talk with of course, a security promise that we promise to be fully committed with our, to strengthen information security in the clearing facility for banks in the Philippines, no? So by implementing advanced threat detection and response mechanism, robust infrastructure, access controls, and authentication protocols, as well as fostering a culture of security awareness and maintaining proactive incident response framework, we aim to uphold the integrity and resilience of the financial industry. So with that, thank you very much, and I hope you learned something today, and I hope you will enjoy the rest of the day. Thank you.